celebration of life. Get your daily balances, Kim Jacobs comes your way. We're here to open your eyes, making your day great and your life even better. Say, oh, daily balance, get your daily balance. Daily balance, get your daily balance with Kim.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Welcome to Daily Balance. Last season, a lady from our audience approached our producer, Donna Chavis, after one of our programs, and she said, "Are you ever going to do a show on retirement?" This dear lady was facing retirement, and the uncertainty of it all was very overwhelming to her. So here at Daily Balance, we begin to think about what a milestone this really is for some people. How they find balance after a lifetime of working and then all of a sudden finding themselves in a very different situation. So today, we're joined by two recent retirees. Yes, we've provided the answer today of who prefer to call it moving on instead of retirement. Later in the program, you'll meet a fascinating lady, former Chief Superior Court Judge Shirley Fulton. But my first guest is the most decorated promoter in NASCAR auto racing and is a member of 7 Halls of Fame. He has spent 33 years as the president and general manager of Lowe's Motor Speedway, making him one of NASCAR's most familiar faces. Please welcome motorsports visionary and recent retiree, Humpy Wheeler. Hey, Humpy. So glad. I'm a hugger, so I'm gonna hug you. Nice to have you. Great pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Now, you are retired, but you're still doing so much.
I'm still working, yeah.
You really are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm trying to get a handle because obviously I'm not at the phase of retirement in my life. I'm at the peak of still working hard. How do you call yourself retired, but then you're still doing more than you were when you were working at NASCAR, at the Lowe's Motor Speedway?
Well, my friend Lou Holt says if you retire, you never have a day off.
That's true.
So I listened to him when he said that. I just have always been active and want to stay active and keep my brain
you're doing a great job of that.
And have fun in life, too.
And you look great. You're looking good.
I feel good and I have a chance to spend a lot of time with my wife, Pat, we've been married 46 years.
All right.
And
congratulations.
And still work, you know.
Good, good. And for your career, it was 33 years, right?
Well, it's 33 years with Speedway Motorsports and Lowe's Motor Speedway, running tracks and stuff. And then before that, I was with Firestone. Before that, I actually was in TV broadcasting. So, at any rate, I've had a full, 50 years really of work.
Good.
But I still enjoy it.
Oh, that's a high five moment. We have high five moments on our show. That's a low five, Humpy.
That's low five. All right.
Like this.
Hi. Okay.
You're like, hi. It's a great, great pleasure. And you know what? I know right now you have recently started a newer company with your children. Let's talk about that some.
Yeah, it's a Wheeler company, and my daughter Patty has Wheeler Television, and she is a prolific producer of live sports network TV shows. And so we merged our company with the one we started with my son. Okay. And my other daughter Tracy helps us too. So
and you saying a whole bunch of and other. How many children total do you have?
3.
3. Okay.
Yeah. And so we have a good time working together.
Good.
And a lot of fun. They try to boss me around.
Oh boy.
And they succeed a little bit,
That's funny. Because so they're running the company or you're running the company. Or y'all just all doing a big family project?
I like to think I'm running the company, but when it gets over, they probably running me.
That's good. Good. What about the Humpy's Heroes? There's a
Humpy's Heroes. A program that we've got for young race drivers. We take a handful of young race drivers and help them go from one plateau to the next. Okay. Race drivers don't have coaches and mentors like football players and basketball players do. It's more like boxing. They need a trainer.
Yes.
They need a manager. And they need somebody to take them up and lift them from where they started to where they went. So the first 10 that we got were between 15 and 20, and they have combined 600 wins already.
Oh, cool. Oh.
And so they're going to be NASCAR Cup stars one day,
That's
and we're going
right.
to try to help them get there.
Oh, immediately what I thought about was that movie Cars, because literally, it's like you're training these people, and they will succeed. So I'm really proud of that.
And that's another thing I've been working on too. With Cars, I was in that with John Lasseter. I helped him put that movie together.
Oh,
and
no,
enjoyed
good.
that. So,
High five moment
high
again.
five,
You all over the place. You all over the place. Good. How was that experience?
Oh, that was fantastic. Going out and watching him watching John Lasseter is today's Walt Disney.
That's right.
And working with him was just a fantastic experience because he's so creative and he's so good to the people that work for him.
That's right.
It was a great experience.
Good. Well, what other hobbies have you taken up since you've retired?
Well, I got this good friend, this Catholic priest friend of mine. I ran into him a couple years before I retired, and I said, "What are you doing, Father?" He said, "I'm taking Greek." I said, "Oh, you're going to Greece?" He said, "No, I'm taking Greek." And I said, "Why are you taking Greek?" He says, "Because," he said, "that's one of the hardest languages to learn, and I want to exercise my brain."
That's good.
So I thought, gee whiz, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do something. I don't want to take Greek, but I'm going to try to take something that's hard to do.
Right.
And being tone deaf, not like this great band you have here, I decided I would try to learn to play the banjo.
Okay.
And you don't want to hear me, but I play it, and my wife puts up with it.
Oh, boy.
It shuts the door sometime.
That's funny.
And we don't have any neighbors, so that helps. And the other thing is fly fishing.
Oh, good.
So my little grandson, when he was 2, he says, 3, he says, he calls me Da. He says, You fish for flies? I said, no.
Oh, he doesn't get it. That's so funny.
Well, he's fly fishing now. But
oh, good.
At any rate, I've kind of learned how to do that, and that's pretty complicated. And I think that, when I've been like everybody else. I work 80-hour weeks and really into things hard. And stuff like that. When you get through and you get out, you need to go learn something new.
That's right.
And that's what gets your mind going, is that new thing. And it doesn't matter what it is. I know a man that crochets.
Okay, but it's not you,
No, it's not me, but he likes to do it, and he does nice work.
Whatever it is.
So whatever, if it keeps him active and keeps his mind turning.
Good. So in balance is what we're talking about today, balancing life after retirement. And balance is very important to you, and I want people to hear your philosophy on it. Balance has been important to me for a long time. I tell you, I was about 32 or 3 years old, and I thought I knew everything and was going to conquer the world. I can imagine that, Humpy.
All that. And I finally, I said, wait a minute. The first thing is I got a family.
Yes.
I got a spiritual life. I've got this work life, and I've got my health.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So let's don't overload over on one end of it.
That's right.
So I had a conscientious movement within myself to balance things out. Now, sometimes your boss doesn't like that because a lot of people, they just want you to work all the time.
That's right.
But I said, well, you're going to have to, if you want Humpy Wheeler, you're going to have to put up with the new Humpy Wheeler.
That's right.
And that was a person that did not work 80 hours a week, that spent time with the family, that enjoyed a hobby. Good. And at that time, it was cycling.
Good.
I think exercise is very, very important.
Yes.
For adults.
Yes, it is.
And it certainly is for kids, but you don't want to stop it. Good. When you people say, well, I don't have time to. Well, you just have to take time.
Make the time. That's right.
And I have followed Dr. Ken Cooper from down in Dallas, Texas, who really started the country on the exercise movement that we're on today back in the late 60s.
Okay.
He's still alive. He's a friend of mine. He's in his 80s.
Wow, good.
But if he'd been Ray Kroc, he'd only had one McDonald's, okay? But he's written about 20 books.
Oh,
and Dr. Cooper probably knows more about keeping people alive than anybody I know.
Interesting.
And he does it basically through aerobic exercise.
He's a good friend to have.
Walking, cycling, jogging, although that'll get your knees sooner or later. anything that gets your heart rate up.
And that's a lot of great information that you're sharing. We'll hear more from Humpy Wheeler later in the program. Up next, Judge Shirley Fulton. Stay with us.
It's not over, no. Your life has just begun.
Daily Balance with Kim Jacobs is sponsored in part by 5 Links. 5 Links is committed to being in the forefront of the telecommunications industry and offers products and services throughout the United States and worldwide. Services include Global Links digital phone, cellular services, satellite TV, high-speed internet, Global Links Wi-Fi phones, and 5 Links home security. For more information, call 1-800-575-4021 or visit our website today.
Welcome back to Daily Balance. My next guest has received honors from numerous organizations for her work in the courts and in the community. She is passionate about helping children and about making a positive impact in the lives of others. I am pleased to introduce former Chief Superior Court Judge Shirley Fulton. Hey, Judge, how are you? Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Great pleasure. You're so distinguished looking, wonderful looking woman, and you're royal. You know you're royal, don't you?
I try to be.
Oh, I try to be. Yes, you are. I love it. I love it. What made you be a judge, become a judge anyway?
Well, it wasn't exactly planned. I went to law school, which was planned.
Yes.
And when I graduated, I was working. I was a single parent.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided I needed to find a job that would let me have more time to be a parent.
Right.
So I decided to take a job here in Charlotte as an assistant district attorney. When I came for my interview, however, and I was talking to Peter Gilchrist, who is still the district attorney.
Yes.
And the one question that Peter asked me that has stuck in my mind forever was, what would you like to be 10 years from now? Where do you see yourself?
Okay.
I had not thought 10 years down the road.
Okay.
So what I said was, I'd like to be a judge.
Little did you know, right?
Little did I know, but Peter said, I will help you.
Good.
We'll make sure that you accomplish that. And he has been with me every step of the way.
And who is Peter again?
Peter Gilchrist is our district attorney. He has been the district attorney for many years.
But he's been a personal mentor for you personally.
He's been my mentor, my hero.
Good. Okay, I'm really glad to hear that. And I know that you're personally very passionate about children. How did that all start for you?
Well, one of my jobs with the district attorney's office was, I was a prosecutor, of course. And
yes.
I was prosecuting sex offense cases. And those cases involved children.
Yes.
So I saw some really, really heart-wrenching things that happened to children. And that just made me want to do things that would protect them and keep them safe.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And that extended out into my other life, and I just started doing lots of things.
I'm going to hear. We're going to hear a lot about all of your other life since retirement. And between you and Humpy Wheeler with this retirement philosophy, I think there's some people out there for real that retire and they go home and they're like, okay, life has been wonderful, and they've been sitting there. But you again have a philosophy very similar to Humpy. It's like you're just simply moving on to a new phase of your life.
I like to call it transitioning.
Transitioning, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Good, good.
From one phase to the next.
Good, because you're definitely not sitting home, so we'll talk a lot more about that. What did you struggle with most when you were on the bench?
Probably death penalty cases.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can imagine that. Because technically, it's like you are the main person that their fate is in your hands.
Yeah, and it's really not in my hands. The jury decides.
Right.
But I make the decision. If the jury says the person gets death, I sentence that person to death.
Oh.
And, I'm sitting there thinking, who am I?
This is crazy. I never even thought about it from that philosophy until now sitting here with you, that would be a difficult struggle, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Probably one of the most difficult things I've done has been to sentence someone to death.
Oh, it's been one of the best things you've done. On a more positive note,
Yeah.
what's something that you've really enjoyed doing sitting on the bench?
Well, I believe that the community is connected to the courts, and people come to the courts because they have problems. Our job was to either solve the problems or send them back to the community as a better person.
Right.
And we didn't always succeed at that because we just didn't have the tools to do it. But I wanted to keep that connection between the community and the courts, and that led into my passion for community and community development, community building, economic development, all of those things.
So as you were like approaching retirement, what were you thinking? What was going through your head?
How do you make that move to the next step?
Yes.
And what do I have to give up to make that move?
Yeah, that's a lot to give up, especially when you've been in such a powerful role. And so, I mean, did you feel like when you were transitioning into retirement that you were losing this power, or?
I didn't feel that way.
What did you feel personally?
My title didn't define me.
Right.
I thought that I defined myself otherwise. But I felt that I was stepping into a world that was uncertain. But I knew what I wanted to do. I knew who I was. I knew what I wanted to be.
Good.
So I was...
That's what made you a judge from the beginning. High five. Let's do a high five moment on the show. That's right. You're a powerful woman, so that wasn't just a...
It was not a problem.
Good, good. So were you ever asking yourself, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? I mean, you still have many years here. What are you going to do with the rest of your life?
My challenge is making choices about what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Because I have so many things I want to do. And that was sort of a transitioning period in my life.
Okay.
Because I had 2 bouts with breast cancer. And it made me step back and take a look at who I was and how I was living my life.
So now you're also a survivor of 2 times situation with breast cancer. And that's amazing. You're still here doing phenomenal work. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. You're normally giving people kudos. I'm proud of you. You have a quote that you say, "I will never retire to do just nothing." What do you mean by that?
Well, I have many things I want to do in my life. I don't think I'll be able to accomplish all of them, but I'm trying.
Okay.
And one of the ways I've been able to do it is I commit for a limited period of time to certain things.
Okay. Now, this is the balance piece, especially if you're retiring. Make sure you hear clearly what Judge Fulton is saying. Now, you commit what?
I commit for a limited time.
Okay.
And that permits me the opportunity to do more things.
Okay. So these are with your hobbies that you do or other things since you've been in retirement phase?
Well, a lot of things that I do in retirement, both my work and my hobby.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. So if you had to share like a tip or two for people that are retiring, what would you say from personal experience are some great tips for them to walk away with?
Well, I would say there are many things, many opportunities for retirement, probably more than you could manage.
Yes.
So choose carefully.
Choose what you're going to do after retirement carefully, okay?
And do the things that you're passionate about.
The things that you loved, that you really wanted to do when you were like locked down, working the 9 to 5 or whatever, and now you're free to do and be whatever you want to be.
Absolutely.
All right, from Judge Shirley Fulton. Don't go away. We've got more with Judge Shirley Fulton and Humpy Wheeler right after this.
Daily Balance with Kim Jacobs is sponsored in part by the Rock Worship Center, Church of God in Christ, located at 1113 Fordham Road, Charlotte, North Carolina. The Rock Worship Center, making disciples through evangelism, exaltation, and edification. For more information, call 704-358-4167 or visit our website at rockworshipcenter.org.
Welcome back, everybody. Today's program is about retirement, or should I say moving on, as some call it. I'm here with Judge Shirley Fulton and also Humpy Wheeler. Guys, it's been great interviewing you all. Thanks so much for both coming out today. And Judge Fulton, I really want everyone to know what you're working on now since you've so-called retired or transitioned.
I am the owner of a special event center, and it's called the Wadsworth House. It's in a neighborhood that I was very active in helping to revitalize.
The Wadsworth House?
Wadsworth House. And we just changed the name to the Wadsworth Estate.
Oh.
Because we added another house to it, and we do meetings, weddings, receptions, and the second house is a wedding chapel. So it's a one-stop shop for people who are getting married.
You're back full swing, working hard. That's good, but you're really enjoying it, right?
I am absolutely loving it.
Good. How can people get more information about the Wadsworth House?
I am online at www.wadsworthhouse.net, or they can call 704-332-3050.
Okay. And then also, you can also visit dailybalancewithkim.tv to get more information about Judge Shirley Fulton's Wadsworth House. So I'm really proud that you're keeping yourself busy, and thank you so much for sharing with our audience today. And Humpy, I know you have a philosophy of how people can really stay happy and healthy after retirement. What are some of those tips that you like to share?
Well, first thing you do, like this lady here is just such an inspiration to me. Because she's been an inspiration to so many young people.
Yeah.
And that's part of what you do, I think, when you retire.
Okay.
I think that, you know, if you stay active, and part of staying active is teaching.
Yes.
I think that's why God leaves us around for a while.
Right.
You know, I know Shirley teaches over at Charlotte Law School some.
You do that too?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, go ahead.
And I teach over at Belmont Abbey and University of South Carolina some.
Okay.
And also just talking to the kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know, about your experiences and things.